Hello, this is Michele Knight. Please forgive me because rather than a weekly, we've got a fortnightly this week, and it's from the 30th of May to the 13th of June. That's because I'm off on an awfully big adventure, which I'll tell you about very soon. Anyway, back to you. This is a massive 2 weeks, particularly the first week, where not only do we have a new moon, but this new moon is bringing about a massive cycle of change in relationships as we have that new moon conjunct Venus. Having said that, it's not that simple, as we also have a mutable grand cross. But there are many things that we can get out of this, including a real big change for our relationships. Now, the beginning of these 2 weeks is quite choppy. There's a mutable grand cross, and it's asking you to ask yourself some serious questions about how you're doing at the moment when it comes to your responsibility. There seems to be issues around relationships and also your career, where you may be digging your foot down and going, I'm not engaging in that, I'm not listening to it, I'm not going to deal with it. And you may be on those little hoofs of yours, running around wildly, trying to avoid a situation. This mutable grand cross is saying you cannot avoid it. It's time to face the music and, stand your ground. You're a very strong character. You're a fire sign and you speak the truth. You are the bluntest of all the signs, and it's time to speak that truth this week. And it may be, the good news is Sun and Venus are conjunct, so you're being protected when it comes to your relationships and possibly supported. But it's time to speak the truth in terms of your personal relationships, and also there's issues going on around your family and your home that maybe you've also been avoiding. And the Sun is squaring Neptune and Venus is squaring Neptune when it comes to your idea of what home is. It may actually clash with someone that you live with. Perhaps you're fighting over the decor, perhaps you want to move and the other person doesn't. If you're single, perhaps you feel that where you're living is restricting your relationships, or perhaps you live there with an ex-lover and you need to change things around, but you're not doing it. There's a sort of whimsy around your home and family, or almost like a fantasy about how the home is or how the family is. And it's like the universe is saying, come on, ground that a little bit. What really is going on, and how can you handle it in a practical way to transform things? Now, the big news of this week is that we have a new moon. But with that new moon come a few tricky things. Number one, it's opposing Saturn, the Lord of responsibility, in your position of yourself, interestingly. And also it's squaring Jupiter in your position of, Venus is squaring Jupiter in your position of career, and the Sun is squaring Jupiter in your position of career. So career is there and it has the potential to be great. But again, it's about allowing this new moon to take you into a new way of relating in your personal relationships, to allow the career and everything else to work with more balance, and for you to progress and for you to transform and for you to move to the next level. And I have to say, the following week has much more potential. It's almost as if when you sort of stand your ground, speak your truth and go through this process, by the following week, all of your relationships are much better. You're communicating really well, you have great balance, the Sun is conjunct Venus, we have Mercury in your position of relationships, and basically the world is your oyster. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this, please come to my website where there's thousands of articles from psychic to soulmate and lots of free tarot readings, www.michelleknight.com. And for all the written astrology of this month, week, or even day, go to horoscope.co.uk.